Hey, we'll be discussing the effectiveness of hair dyes today. Please sit back and relax and enjoy the show.
Nowadays, dyeing the hair seems to be a part of pop culture, and there are three main kinds of hair dyes, namely permanent, semi-permanent, and temporary. For temporary one, the color particles only adhere to the surface of hair, so it could be moved out for once to twice washing. For semi-permanent one, the small molecular pigments could enter the cuticle, but not reach the cortex, so the color could last for 4 to 12 days. The permanent type is the most commonly used one. It can generate big molecular pigments through chemical reactions that penetrate deeply into the cortex. This type of hair dye could last for several months to half the year.
Next, I'm going to talk about the structure of hair, the hair dyeing process, and the role of surfactants in preparing the hair surface and stabilizing dye formulations. Let's begin with the structure of the hair shaft. The hair shaft consists of three layers. The outermost layer is a cuticle, which is made up of overlapping scale-like cells that protect the inner parts. Beneath it lies the cortex, the thickest layer that contains keratin and melanine, which determine the strength, elasticity, and color of the hair. At the center is medulla, a soft core that may be absent in fine hair. Next, let's look at how hair dye works. When we apply dye, an alkalizing agent such as ammonia raises the hair's pH. This causes the cuticle scales to lift, creating tiny gaps that allows more dye precursors to enter the cortex. And inside the cortex, these precursors react with hydrogen peroxide, forming larger colored molecules that become trapped within. And finally, during rinsing and conditioning, the pH is lowered so that the cuticle closes again, sealing the new color inside the hair. However, before and during dyeing, the hair surface may be covered with sebum or dust, which block dye penetration. This is where surfactants come in. They have two essential functions in hair dye formulations. First, surfactants clean and prepare the hair surface. And second, surfactants stabilize the formulation. Now, what exactly are surfactants? They are molecules with a hydrophilic head that loves water and a hydrophobic tail that attracts oil. This unique structure allows them to reduce surface tension and help oil and water mix. In hair dye systems, we mainly use four types: anionic surfactants for cleaning and opening the cuticle, like SLS; non-ionic surfactants as emulsifiers to stabilize the cream base; amphiphilic surfactants such as betaine, which are mild and reduce irritation; and after dyeing, cationic surfactants help condition the hair and lock in color.
Surfactants play several important roles in hair dye formulations. First, they help clean the hair surface by removing oil, sebum, and styling residues. This makes the hair more hydrophilic and allows the dye to spread and attach more evenly. Second, they act as emulsifiers to mix oil and water ingredients. By lowering interfacial tension, surfactants create a smooth and stable mixture, preventing separation during application. Third, surfactants improve wetting and penetrating. They reduce the contact angle between the dye and hair surface, allowing the dye molecules to reach deeper into the cortex. Cationic and amphoteric surfactants can also adjust the surface charge of hair, making color absorption easier. Finally, they help stabilize the formulation by preventing particles from clapping together, ensuring a uniform and consistent color result.
There are four methods to achieve effective enhancement. First, tuning the interfacial tension. The surface of hair is hydrophobic sebum, and the dye precursor is water-based. The interfacial tension is not good for dye paste to spread on the interface. Under this situation, we could apply molecules which have one polar part and one nonpolar part. The polar head will attach to the water base, and the nonpolar tails are at the organic liquids. Then the interfacial tension will be reduced, and the dye paste could be better uniformly spread on the interface. Second, control the surfactant concentration a little higher than CMC. The dye precursor is hydrophobic, so its motion is limited in the water-based paste. Thus, we could apply micelles to act as carriers to include the precursors in them. At the same time, the concentration mustn't be too high. If the concentration is too high, then micelles will collide on each other, bigger micelles or even new phase will form. Then the viscosity will rise. That is not beneficial for entering the cuticles. Third, add weak acid stabilizers. The precursors exist in the form of colloid particles, and among the particles, there are dipoles keeping appearing and disappearing, which is the cause of the attraction force between the particles. After introducing counterions by stabilizers to the surface of particles, the high counterion concentration will cause the surrounding water to move into the region between the particles, and they are separated. That will improve the uniformity of color. The last method is to add cationic surfactant. The salt is positively charged, and one side of the surfactant is hydrophobic, which could be tied with the hydrophobic and negatively charged hair surface. The other side is hydrophilic and is tied with the hydrophilic and negatively charged dye. The cationic surfactant acts like a bridge. Then it will be easier for the dye precursor to enter the cuticle.
Hair dye affects hair quality because its chemicals, particularly ammonia and hydrogen peroxide, opens the hair cuticle and penetrates the inner shaft, which can weaken the hair's protein bonds and natural protective layers. This process can lead to dryness, brittleness, increased breakage, and a loss of shine, hence making it important for conditioning and aftercare surfactants to be included in hair dye because who wouldn't want the best of both worlds, stunning hair color and a head of luscious hair? Unlike the usual shampoo we use to clean our hair to get rid of oil and dirt, we want the conditioning elements to stay on our hair. As hair is negatively charged, surfactants should be cationic to form strong electrostatic bonds with hair. This attraction allows the conditioner to bind to the hair during rinsing, providing a lasting effect. The positively charged molecules form a flume over the hair, smoothing the cuticle, reducing frizz and static electricity. A common example is centromonium chloride, which conditions and smooths the hair, reduces static and frizz, making it easier to comb whether the hair is wet or dry. It can also help prevent microbial growth. Another important cationic ingredient is benzene-trimonium metasulfate, often known as BTMS. It works by attaching to the hair shaft, smoothing down the cuticle and leaving the hair soft, shiny, and easy to manage. BTMS also helps to reduce frizz, add slip to detangling, and improve the overall strength and feel of the hair. On the other hand, amphoteric surfactant carries both positive and negative charges, which makes them very mild and versatile. They can boost foams, enhance viscosity, and balance out harsher surfactants. Some examples are the cocoa amidopropylbutene, or CAPB, which gently removes dirt and oil without stripping away the natural moisture. They also help to create a rich lather, improve softness, and reduce static for smoother, more manageable hair. Another mild amphoteric surfactant is disodium cocoa amphodiacetate, which provides gentle cleansing and conditioning, making it ideal for sensitive scalp and even baby products. It's also color safe and helps maintain shine and texture, especially in chemically treated hair. There are several challenges related to hair health, color longevity, and environmental safety. Harsh cationic surfactants can strip away hair's natural oil and lipids, leading to dryness and scalp irritation. It also results in a weakened, more porous hair structure prone to breakage and split ends due to the stripping of natural lipids and the separation of hair cuticle by surfactants. Some synthetic surfactants have also raised health concerns due to potential organ toxicity and links to endocrine disruption. In terms of color performance, the cleansing and emulsifying properties of some surfactants can cause dye molecules to leach out of the hair shaft, leading to faster color fading. Studies also show that the different types of surfactants can significantly affect color resistance. Environmentally, many conventional surfactants are poorly biodegradable and can harm aquatic ecosystems. Stiffness and harshness of surfactant tends to be inversely related. Effective surfactants are usually harsher in nature. Even if a balance is struck between performance and mildness, the cost will be a hindering factor. As such, Yuxuan will delve into the advances and alternatives which could be solutions to this seeming stalemate.
In recent years, the focus of hair dye formulations has shifted from hard sulfate-based systems to mild and sustainable surfactants. Traditional surfactants like SLS and SLES clean effectively, while they also remove the hair's natural lipid layer. This makes hair rough, dull, and more prone to color fading. To solve these problems, modern formulations use sugar-based and amino acid-based surfactants. They are mild, biodegradable, and help maintain the protective lipid layer while still offering effective cleaning and emulsifying ability. Many sulfate-free systems now include ingredients such as cocamidol, propylbutene, or disoglucoside. These reduce irritation, minimize dye loss, and help keep the hair soft and shiny after coloring. Additionally, plant-derived surfactants like saponins offer a natural and eco-friendly option. Overall, the trend is clear. Modern hair dye systems aim to balance strong performance with hair health and environmental sustainability. Hair dye combines chemistry and surface science to achieve lasting color. Surfactants are key to this process. They clean the hair surface, emulsify ingredients, enhance dye penetration, and stabilize the formulation. Traditional sulfate surfactants often damage the hair's lipid layer, leading to dryness and fading. Modern formulations now use mild, sulfate-free, and biodegradable surfactants such as sugar-based, amino acid-based, and natural types. These innovations maintain color performance while protecting hair health and the environment, marking a shift toward safer and more sustainable dye systems.
With that, we thank you for your kind attention. Thank you!